Hey guys, welcome back to another Sorcerer Fighting Simulator video. So in this video, I'm going to be going through all of the powers, all of the magics, all the boss skills, and the new asset magic as well. But I will be doing it on a test account, so here we go. Alright folks, I'm currently in the test server. We will be starting off with the general staff powers before we hop into the element ones. So we go to character, we go to powers, and in the general section, there is a list here that you might be familiar with, but if you scroll down lower, there are boss ones as well that has already been unlocked in this test server. I'm going to showcase each and every one of them. First one, heavy sprint. This is the one where you can sprint around. It's a sprint skill. There's a sprint bar on your character, and as you upgrade that skill, you can increase your sprint time. It does have a 3-second cooldown between each sprint. The next skill, we have staff block. This is a blocking skill. When you press B, it does create a separate HP bar that helps you block damage. So by leveling it up, it does increase the amount of blocking you can do before you can get guard broken. Next skill, we have staff slam. Click the staff swinging key as you're in the air. So basically what happens is you jump and you swing and you can get a staff slam. There's going to be a 10-second cooldown between each, and the level 2 version will cause knockback effects. And the next skill would be grapple. Fires a grappling hook that allows you to reach hard to reach areas, and as you upgrade it, the range increases. So as you play the game, folks, you probably notice a few of these grapples around the map, which you can just press R and it connects you to the grapple area, and typically you can slide down somewhere. It's usually a corner of a building or a ramp, like that place right there. Swing, and here I am on top of the ledge on a building. And the next staff skill we have is consecutive hits. Getting successful consecutive hits in short intervals with your staff increases the staff damage multiplier by 1. When you max it out fully to a level 5, you get 2 times max multiplier. And if you're swinging a dummy, you can notice that maybe your damage is increasing, your regular swings. I do want to stress that starting now with consecutive hits, we're going to be dipping into the boss drop territory, which means any skills, consecutive hits and below, you're not going to be able to grab unless you finish bosses and get them from bosses. Anyways, the next skill is golden attack. It's a passive skill which there is a chance for any attack to double its damage. This includes staff powers. This is broken. This is overpowered, dude. Which means that if you're lucky, you go from doing maybe 300 damage. There we go. It's 644. Oftentimes, your damage is doubling. All right, next attack is stun. There's a chance for a staff hit to stun an enemy, which disables them for a short period of time. So I wouldn't be able to test this out on dummies, but it is a passive skill. So, I mean, I guess anytime you drop an attack, you have a chance that you can stun your targets. And second to the last skill, we have staff launch. With your staff, emit a huge wave of energy that launches you towards a chosen path. By pressing Y, we can sprint forward. Well, launch forward, I mean. Yeah, it's staff launch. It is a 15-second cooldown. And the last skill for the general section is stat pin. Holding the T key allows you to pretty much climb walls. Okay, so I'm going to like wait for my staff slam. See if it can help me get on top of a building. Maybe it won't help you like go up the building, but it's helping me stay somewhere over here. And that's pretty much it for the general section, guys. All right, folks, now we have to move on to fire powers, fire damage. The first skill, fire blast. Release energy with your staff, which causes a blast of fire. Before I start damaging, guys, I just want to show you my stats at 100 exactly. Fire. So, fire blast. It hit around 800 damage. And the next skill is fire rod. Blast a fire rod that shoots like a laser, causing damage to anyone who touches it. Fire rod. Like I did 600 damage here. So it's 6 times with a 10-second cooldown. And the third attack for fire is fire spiral. Spins your staff to emit fire from the ground up, throwing players into the air and dismisses any staff blocks. So that kind of guard breaks any blocks. Fire spiral. Minus 700 damage, which means it's 7 times my fire with a 15-second cooldown. Next one down is magma flow. Lay down magma that quickly flows forward on the floor, creating an area which causes damage over time. All right, magma flow. 3 times damage, 3 times damage, 3 times damage. That's 3, 4, 5. Around 5 ticks. And that has a 12-second cooldown. Magma shots. fires a series of magma shots directly in front of you that causes high damage on impact. Upgrading magma shots will increase the damage and distance of each shot. All right, let's see. So 8 times damage, and it hits around 5 times with a 7-second cooldown. I believe magma shots is a recommended fire skill to bring into boss fights. And at the very bottom, magma suit. This is a skill that you can only get from the bosses. Encase yourself with magma, and when you touch another person, they experience burn damage for 7 seconds. Upgrading the magma suit will increase its damage. Magma suit. And then I'm gonna get near a dummy, and that's 5 times damage for roughly 5 ticks. This skill does have a 70-second cooldown. Next one up, we have water element. And the first skill we're going to be talking about is water push. Summons a high pressure water blast that deals damage within the huge area in front of you. Water push. 900 damage with an 8-second cooldown. And the next one is water prison. Pulls players towards a point that locks them in place, allowing you to have an easy attack on them. I'm not sure if water prison does any damage, but it does lock your enemies in. Okay, it does some damage. 3 times your water with a 20-second cooldown. Water slice fires a slice of water that damages players on impact. Upgrading water slash will increase its damage and the projectile speed of the slices. All right, and here's a water slice with a 5-second cooldown. 1.5. That's 15 times your water damage. And the next one is ice spike. Slams the ground and cause ice spikes to emerge in front of you. This skill probably has one of the best animations that I've seen so far, and its range is insane. Ice spike. This does have a 15-second cooldown, by the way. And here it is again. 1k. That means it's 10 times the water damage. And the next one is homing water. Summon a ball of water that homes towards your closest player, assuming they're in range, and causes damage. Upgrading homing water will increase its damage. So it's more like a homing missile. It targets one of your enemies and goes after them like this. So I don't think it's targeting the dummies the right way. However, just know that this does 9 times your water damage, and it does have a 15-second cooldown. Now the last skill, a boss skill. Water DNA turns your body into water, which allows attacks to go straight through you, making you invincible for 20 whole seconds. This skill is insane. All right, let's see. Water DNA. No damage for 20 whole seconds. And the next element we're moving on to is the healer element. So obviously the healer class is generally for healing. It does have some damage attacks, so we're gonna move on to it. Lifesteal shoots a red beam that deals damage and regenerates 5% of health. Upgrading lifesteal will increase its damage against players. The skill does have a 3-second cooldown, and yeah, okay. I don't know if I can test it on dummies. Does it work? Can't really see the damage. Anyways, next one is bandage pin. Fires a ball of bandages that catches players and pulls them away. Upgrading bandage pin will increase its damage. Pretty sure this one should do some damage to the dummies. 600 damage with a 10-second cooldown. The next attack is life restore. Restore 20% of your health immediately when clicked, and the same for other group members in the boss fight. Can only heal once per player every 20 seconds. Cannot stack with other life restore points. So pretty much what this skill does is activates a orb, and you can heal from just clicking it. And the fourth healer attack on the list is bleeding slash. Slash your staff, and anyone you hit will suffer bleeding damage. Damage over time. So bleeding slash should hit for 5 ticks, and bam. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This does have 8-second cooldown. Next one down, we have flying health. Flies a red health sign that travels far and quickly. Hitting enemies causes damage, while hitting group members causes them 20% heals. I believe this is one of the furthest range when it comes to any element skills. Pretty sure I can hit from here. If anything, I can hit even further away. All right, let's see the damage though. 1k, which means it's 10 times your damage for a 10-second cooldown, and it does heal your friends as well. Alright, last but not least, we have Soul Displacement. Slams down on the ground to emit a special shockwave that displaces a player's soul, which stay in place and can be attacked, causing damage to the players itself and heal teammates. Upgrading Soul Displacement increases the duration of soul remains. So this skill specifically doesn't work on dummies, but I do know what happens is if you can find somebody to target, you can pretty much take their soul, put them in place. Don't move, please. All right, everyone, Soul Displacement. Now you can move. Pretty much what I can do is attack the soul now and he will die. And there you go, guys. Soul Displacement. No matter how far they go, as long as you're attacking the soul, you can kill them. All right, what's next? We have Brawler at 100 power. So supposedly in the first 4 elements, the more basic ones that's not requiring any VIP or any rank ups, right? Brawler should be the highest damage. Ram summons a ram head and bursts forward, knocking players back and dealing huge damage. I think it did like 1k damage, so 10 times the Brawler. And the next skill is Hammer Slam. Summon a large metal hammer head that swings down, causing area damage. Upgrading Hammer Slams will increase his damage. Hammer Slam, 1.2k damage, so around 12 times your Brawler stats with a 6-second cooldown. The next skill is Spinning Blade. Form a blade and start spinning around, causing damage to those you touch. So this skill right here, I think is supposed to be one of the game changers when it comes to bosses. If you did have the final boss Brawler skill, we'll get to that a little later. But here's a swing, guys. 7 times damage. Hits for 11 times with an 8-second cooldown. Next up, we have Spirit Punches. Fires off a huge number of powerful punches that deals damage in front of you and dismisses any blocking, which means it guard breaks. Upgrading Spirit Punches will increase its damage. Spirit Punch, like I think it's pretty much Luffy's Gatling Punch. Okay, so 4 times damage. I think it hits up to 12 times. Yeah, 12 times. This one has a 10-second cooldown. Next up, we have Bullet Lock. Summons a pistol that selects nearby targets, up to 5, and fires a special bullet that locks onto them, guaranteeing a hit even behind cover. Upgrading Bullet Lock will increase its damage and maximum selects. Well, which pretty much means that you can increase the amount of targets you lock down, and it does shoot through walls, which is pretty insane. Bullet Lock. Look at 2 so far. Dude, it did 15 times my Brawler damage. 1.5k. 12-second cooldown. Alright, folks, this next skill right here, Call of the Beast. It's one of the most desirable boss skills that you can get, since it boosts your damage by quite a lot. Call from the skies the power of the beast. Once scattered, all your damage is double for 20 seconds. I'm gonna bring this into the boss, but let's summon it first. And my eyes are glowing. Perfect. For my let's say Gatling punches, they do double now, so instead of 400 damage, they're doing 800. Wow. Okay, so it's not as much as I want, since I couldn't upgrade my Brawler skills right now, but I'm pretty sure if I was able to max out all my Brawler skills, this would be a lot easier. So just keep in mind, guys, Call of the Beast, one of the best boss skills you can get. It doubles your damage for 20 seconds. And next up, this time we have Plasma. Folks, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Plasma requires VIP in order to get. I'm not really sure on that. Correct me in the comments down below. Anyways, the first skill is Plasma Path. Summon blades of plasma from the ground and have them roll forward, causing damage to those it touches. Upgrading Plasma Path will increase its damage. I'm a big fan of this attack. This attack is like super far range, and it does decent damage as well. I think that's a really long range. All right, gotta test that damage though. All right, there we go. 6 times your plasma damage. The next attack is Plasma Ball. Summons a huge ball of plasma that deals damage around you. Upgrading Plasma Ball will increase its damage. Plasma Ball. 8 times your plasma damage with a 10-second cooldown. And the third skill down is Plasma Turret. Calls out 4 floating plasma turrets that aims and shoot at targets from far away. Upgrading plasma turrets will increase its damage. So this skill right here, I don't think it can attack dummies, but let's test it out first. Let's see. Oh, it does attack, and it's doing 500 damage. So this is really good for killing like noobs if you're a lot stronger than they are. This skill does have a 20-second cooldown though. Next one is beam support. Causing support from the skies and have beams of plasma fire down randomly around you. Upgrading beam support will increase its damage. Beam support. 8 times damage. A heck a lot. I think it does like 10 beams total. And this one has a 20-second cooldown as well. And down the list we have plasma string. Fires a beam of plasma that leaves residue on the enemy, causing tick damage. Upgrading plasma sting will... I thought it was plasma string the whole time. Alright, regardless. Upgrading plasma sting will increase his damage and range. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think 5 actually. 5 hits, 5 ticks, 10-second cooldown. And another one, plasma shield. Place down a shield of plasma that remains for 10 seconds, as well as stopping certain attacks and notifying transformation powers. It causes damage when touched. Plasma shield. I don't know, is it doing anything? But when your enemies touch the shield, it should technically do some damage. They should have a 20-second cooldown. And then we have plasma clone. Fires a large clone of plasma that deals damage upon impact. Oh, 9 times damage, 25-second cooldown. And then last but not least, we have danger zone. Summon plasma that covers the floor with a huge area, causing tick damage. Upgrading damage zone will increase its damage. This is an insane attack because it does cover so much area. It's like lava. And just imagine lava and it's burning your targets alive. 500 damage per tick. It can hit up to 15 ticks, I believe. And this does have a 40-second cooldown. It is the boss skill you can get from plasma. Every single element does have one boss skill you can grab. Next up, we have lightning power. Well, lightning magic. Forward bolt. Quickly dash forward with lightning, causing damage to those you touch. Upgrading forward bolt will increase its damage. Let's see. I think I got around 1k damage, so 10 times your lightning multiplier. Next attack, we have lightning rails. Create rails of lightning only you can grind on. Making it too steep of a lightning rail could cause your character to fall over. So this little rail right here, you can travel around. It's pretty much one of these lines that you normally see. Let me see if I can jump on one of these. Yep, it looks like it. But anyways, it's a movement type of attack with a 12-second cooldown. The third attack down, we have lightning bolts. Shoot circular bolts of lightning from your staff, causing damage to those who touch it and knock them. Upgrading lightning bolts will increase its damage. Obviously, like anything you upgrade usually increases damage. But lightning bolts. 1, 2, 3. Hit 3 times with a huge multiplier. It hits around 900 damage. Fourth skill down, we have lightning lag. Once used, teleport to a position you were in 5 seconds ago. Unreasonably far. Abilities cannot be activated while a soul has been displaced. So I'm pretty sure that just pretty much means you can't activate your skills when you're using this specifically, but it will teleport you back to where you were 5 seconds ago. Good skill for, I guess, juking. Perfect storm. Summons a huge storm that covers a large area, causing damage to those within that area. So this is the big AoE for lightning element. Pretty much, you hit a lot of targets. I think it does 3 times your multiplier, your lightning damage, and it hits 7 times with a 19-second cooldown. And then we have blinding flash. Emits a large blast of lightning, causing close by enemies to be blinded temporarily. So this is a stunning attack. I'm pretty sure it's a big AoE as well, and it stuns. And let's see, and that's 7 times damage with a cooldown of 15 seconds. People does use blinding flash to blind targets, and it keeps them stunned on the ground. And when you're stunned, it blurs your screen for a few seconds. Anyways, the next attack down is lightning supply. Place down a support device that, when clicked, 1.5 times your damage for 8 seconds. Adds a 10% of health back. So this is pretty overpowered as well. This is pretty good to use. I don't know if this stacks on with Call of the Beast, but technically I don't think it does, because it'd be too overpowered. But anyways, if I just pop my damage right now and attack. Okay, that just messed me up overall, man. It just like makes my stat go over 100. But you get the point, guys. I think it's self-explanatory. But if you guys want to see more about the lightning magic, I do have a video right here. Go and check it out. I think I made an entire video about lightning. All right, guys. Last but not least, on the lightning list, we have sudden surge. expel a huge blast of electricity, which causes players to be stunned around you, and nullifying transformation powers. Dismisses any blocking. All right, there we go. 1.4k, 3k crit. That's 14 times my lightning damage. Next up, we have Acid. At the time of this video, right now, Acid Magic is the newest magic out there, and I don't think everyone's unlocked all the skills yet. First one, Acid Rounds. Fires a series of acid rounds that deals burn damage. Upgrading acid rounds will increase its damage. It does 0 damage? Are you kidding me? What does that even mean? It does have a 10-second cooldown, by the way. I'm gonna try again. Let's see. Maybe on these guys? Okay, so I think it's a 4 times multiplier. Yeah, it's 4 times multiplier, and it does a burning effect. And the second skill down is Acid Walls. Summon 4 walls of acid that surrounds you and deals damage when touched. Acid Wall. Yeah, I'm not gonna try to get the damage because I don't even think the Wikipedia has it right now. Yeah, as of now, the Wikipedia doesn't even have it right now. For Sorcerer Fighting Simulator. Third one down, we have Acid Pods. Throws down a series of acid pods on the ground that explode after a delay. Upgrading acid pods will increase its damage. So this is like a ticking time bomb, I assume. Drop a bomb and then yeah. I don't know what's aiming it. I can't seem to aim it near the dummies. Oh, there we go. I think it just hit 14 times crit damage on the explosions, so it's more like 7 times your multiplier damage. There we go. 7 times your acid damage, everyone. And the fourth one down is Acid Blast. Emit a huge blast of acid in front of you, causing burn damage. Upgrading Acid Blast will increase its damage. 3 times your damage. This is much easier using the base damage dummies. This does have a 20-second cooldown. And then the next one, Acid Path. Summon a path of acid that when touched cause players to slip. Upgrading Acid Path, it will increase its damage. Acid Path. 6 times your acid damage. And this one carries a 20-second cooldown. Next one, we have Bounce Pod. Place down a pod of contained acid that when touched by you, launches you in the direction your camera is facing. So this is a movement skill then. Alright, let's see. If I phase item shop. Oh, what? Okay, so that's pretty cool. And the boss attack is Poison Pulse. You can only get this from the boss. Release a poison that engulfs an area in pulses, causing huge damage to those in it and blurs the vision as well. So like a stun, as well dealing burn damage. Boss skill, Poison Pulse. Oh, 4 times damage. Big AoE. And it's constantly burning. Oh, I like this skill. Sticks around for pretty long too. And that skill has a 45-second cooldown. Alright folks, that's pretty much it for today's video. I just wanted to showcase all the skills that I can on this testing account. Let me know in the comments down below if there's anything I need to correct in this. And of course, subscribe now. Help us get to 500k before the end of the year. You start cool Kelvin when you guys buy Robux. To support the channel so I can keep giving you guys informational videos like these. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.